dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. We got a new Watch Mojo. We got times killers appeared, or I shouldn't have said that, but appeared on game shows. Y'all know YouTube be tripping. So we're just gonna deal with it, man. Y'all know how it is. But I know about the game show joint that was weird. You remember that guy?
I know about that one guy.
That's what I'm saying. That one guy.
What was it, like Jeopardy kind of?
It wasn't Jeopardy.
I said kind of like.
It was like it was more
some type of game show.
No, we also know about the one him and his wife appeared on Family Feud. Yes, they were on Family Feud, and then like a few years later, and he looked totally different. He looked like a bush. Like
I think I kind of remember
on
that.
Family Feud, he was like clean cut.
Okay, yeah.
But the other one was a cereal.
Yeah.
And it was something love something.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
I
don't know why I said Jeopardy, but
it wasn't Jeopardy though.
No, that's what came to my head. But yeah, I remember him though.
But hey, because he was like a bachelor on there or something, but he had already killed several women already, which is scary. But hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you have to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visual,
like it in with a thumbs up.
We'll highly appreciate it. But let's go, man. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
But why would a violent criminal risk appearing on national television?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at various examples of known killers appearing on television game shows.
So I truly believe almost every place that we live, my dad killed someone.
François Verove. In 2019, a respectable-looking man appeared on the French quiz show Tout le monde veut prendre sa place, meaning everyone wants to take their place, with his suit, beard, and glasses. He looked well put together, and in a terrific bit of irony, he appeared as a community guardian, talking about his time in the Republican Guard and the National Police. This is ironic because Verove had murdered no less than 3 people. His crime spree stretches back to 1986, when he killed a girl named Cécile Bloch as she was walking to school. Witnesses described a man covered in acne scars, leading to Verove's nickname Le Grêlé, meaning the pockmarked man. He murdered 2 more people 11 months later, with investigators finding that he had burned them with cigarettes before killing them. While his official body count is 3, investigators believe that Verove likely murdered 9. Police knew that the suspect was a lawman, and in 2021, a judge ordered that all police officers who worked in the area at the time of the murder submit to a DNA test. Verove took his own life after receiving his summons and confessed in a note to have, quote, committed unforgivable acts.
Wow.
Paul Curry.
Wow, that's crazy. That is insane.
Y'all started with a shocker, bro.
But the fact that he got away with this for so long.
Because he lawful.
I know, but still.
That's how, though.
Jeez.
That's how he was able
to.
And for
him
for
to
so
get
long.
away with it for so long, I'm pretty sure that it's more than 3
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's sad.
Oh, man. That is... All right.
Unusual murder trial underway in California. Paul Curry is accused of poisoning his wife back in 1994, 20 years ago.
Jeopardy is an American institution, and in 1989, it hosted a killer named Paul Curry. Curry appeared in...
He killed his wife when?
1989.
And then 1999, he showed on the show.
Oh, wait. Who? Him?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Go back. I'm sorry. I made up the
Unusual
dates.
murder trial underway in California. Paul Curry is accused of poisoning his wife back in 1994, 20 years ago.
Jeopardy is an American institution, and in 1989, it hosted a killer named Paul Curry. Curry appeared in 3 episodes that March, winning a combined total of $24,101, about the equivalent of $63,000 today. 3 years later, he married his partner Linda Kincaid, but it wasn't long before suspicious cracks started to show in their marriage. Curry began controlling the couple's finances, and he demanded that she take out a life insurance policy worth $1 million.
And I said, Linda, are you crazy? No, you get it on both. Why, after, a few months of marriage, he's looking of a life insurance policy?
Right.
And once, when Kincaid was in the hospital for an illness, nurses found a small puncture hole in her IV bag, indicating that it had been tampered with. Kincaid
Wow.
ultimately died of mysterious circumstances in June 1994 at the age of 49.
That's sad.
About the evening where the paramedics were called out here.
Yeah.
That was June 9th.
An autopsy revealed that she had a high amount of Ambien and nicotine in her system, and the pathologist noted a small puncture wound behind her ear. Despite suspicions from Kincaid's friends and family, Curry got away with everything and moved to Kansas.
My mom thought she was having a heart attack, so she couldn't finish the day. After that memorial service, she had to go take some medication and go to bed.
But it was here that he was arrested in 2010, with investigators having finally built a solid case against him. He was found guilty of poisoning Kincaid with a fatal dose of nicotine and was sentenced to life in prison.
So 20 years later, here we are.
He's been a suspect from the beginning, too.
Lori Vallow.
That's so crazy. And you always, when situations like this, you always look at like the significant other, spouse, whatever first. So the fact that even in this case, again, that took so long.
He met her 3 years after the show. He appeared on the show in what, 94?
She passed in 94. She passed June.
He appeared on the show in
1989.
Met her 3 years later in 92.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 2 years?
They got married.
No. Peep this. He met her 3 years later in 92.
Mm-hmm.
2 years after meeting you, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Most of the time, some people don't get married in a 2-year span of meeting someone. But you meet me, make me get a life insurance, and now I'm dead.
And the amount that it was.
In a span of 2 years? No, that...
At the age of 49.
You know what, because the crazy thing is, even with us, like, right? We just started thinking about, you know what I'm saying? But before, like, I had an insurance policy on the job. You and my mom were beneficiary, but you didn't even know nothing about that. Like, that's not something you just, we getting married. Oh, yeah, I need $1 million. What? Yeah, that was a straight up plot. And he must felt this, though. She was like, dumb, stupid or something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what it is.
Good thing she told somebody, though.
Yeah.
Good thing she told somebody, and somebody was able to be like, hey. But I wonder what took them so long to want to prosecute him.
Just everything.
Because they found him to 2010, so he got away for 16 years.
Oh.
Because she died in 94. He was captured in 2010, so 10, 6, 16.
I'm just putting 2010.
No, you could do them. Because he's to 2000, 94 to 2006 years. And then you do 10, 2 more. Mm-hmm. So, like, basically 15 to 16 years, because I don't know, like, the month and everything. But 10 to 15, 15 to 16 years, yes. That's crazy to get away with a crime like that.
Never thought you would have ever done something like this.
What is it that you think that I've done?
Some may have heard about the Vallow-Daybell Doomsday murders, which saw the deaths of 4 people. The perpetrators were Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. But let's go back to 2004, when Vallow appeared on Wheel of Fortune.
Hi, how you doing, Lori? Lori Ryan from Austin, Texas.
That's right.
Hairstylist in Austin, hey?
That's right, the best.
How's the hair in Austin?
It's good.
Good.
Austin's a happening place.
At the time, she was working.
When this happened? No, I'm gonna stop asking you. I'm thinking we both ain't getting that years. I like to like.
Okay, go back real quick. This is the last time.
I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going back.
I'm pretty sure they'll say it again.
But you want me to tell you what's so crazy? I'll take it. That's too far back. But it is what it is. But for the crimes to happen, Austin is a happening city now. Mm-hmm. Like, you know how much you can be thriving?
Yep.
But let's go back to 2004 when Vallow appeared on Wheel of Fortune.
Hi, how you doing, Lori? Lori Ryan from Austin, Texas.
That's right.
Hairstylist in Austin, hey?
That's right, the best.
How's the hair in Austin?
It's good.
Good.
Austin's a happening place.
At the time, she was working as a hairstylist in Austin, Texas, living on a large property with her husband Joseph and their 2 children, Colby and Tylee. Vallow seemed like a nice woman, and nothing appeared out of the ordinary.
I have a wonderful husband, Joseph, at home, who is watching our 2 beautiful children, Colby, who's 7, and Tylee, who is 1.
15 years later, Tylee would be dead, likely killed by her own mother. Lori and Joseph divorced in 2005, shortly after her appearance on the show, and she eventually met a religious author and cult leader named Chad Daybell. The two soon fell into deep religious fanaticism, with Daybell speaking of visions and Vallow proclaiming that she was a goddess who would lead the survivors of an upcoming apocalypse. They eventually conspired to murder 4 people: Tylee, Lori's estranged husband Charles Vallow, their adopted son JJ, and Daybell's wife Tammy.
Charles wrote, "She calls her own daughter a dark spirit." My throat fell in my stomach.
Prosecutors argue that the murders were committed to cover up their affair, and that the couple used fringe apocalyptic beliefs as an excuse. Vallow was sentenced to life in prison, and Daybell was sentenced to death.
It was the details of this case that were especially heinous, which is why once Chad Daybell was found guilty on all 8 counts against him, the prosecution sought the death penalty, and the jury agreed.
Yeah, I already had know about that case.
Yeah, I know about that one too.
Okay.
Edward Edwards.
My name is Ed Edwards, and here is the extraordinary story of Ed.
I ain't never understood why parents name their kids their last name.
Ed Edwards.
No, Edward
Edwards. Edward Edwards.
That's like you go around here and name your child Bonbons.
Okay.
Your nickname be Bonbon.
Or Charles.
Yeah, Charlie Charles.
First of all, that's such a tongue. Charlie
so
Charles.
just imagine
Edward
he want to go by Ed because it's annoying for people to call him Edward Edwards.
Man, let's stay focused.
I'm just saying that is focus. Because for your parents, they already knew something was up with you. Want to name you Edward Edwards? Come on, bro. Or maybe I'll fuck them up with that one. You know what I'm saying? For you to, we're gonna name it Edward Edwards. You're gonna fuck the world up with this one.
Edwards?
To Tell the Truth was a popular game show in the 60s and 70s, and often saw the participation of larger-than-life figures.
Yeah,
That's how Edward Edwards got on the show. 3 people would appear, each claiming to be the same person. In this case, a reformed ex-convict named Ed Edwards, who was once on the FBI's most wanted list.
Says I, Ed Edwards, was once on the FBI's list of the 10 most wanted criminals in America. Now I am a respected citizen in my community.
4 panelists would then ask the contestants questions and try to gauge who was telling the truth. Edwards appeared on the show in 1972, about 15 years after escaping from jail and leading police on a wild manhunt while robbing gas stations. He was eventually captured in 1962 and spent 5 years in prison. He got out, reformed, became a motivational speaker, and appeared on the show. A happy ending.
When I was released from the reformatory, they looked up to me. And this motivated me to go on to bigger things, because this is why I was out there committing the crime, was for the recognition.
But that's not the end of the story. 5 years later, in 1977, Edwards murdered young Ohio couple Billy Lavaco and Judith Straub. He committed another double homicide in 1980, this time in Wisconsin. And in 1996, he murdered his foster son Danny Gleckner for insurance money. He was finally apprehended in 2009 and confessed to all 5 murders. He died in prison at the age of 77.
I said, Bill, do you know what you just did? And at that moment, I shot him and killed him. What he just did was tell her who I was.
John Cooper.
Just 3.
Sick.
Very much so.
Sick. So basically, he was a serial killer.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
What he just did was tell her who I was.
John Cooper.
Just 3 weeks after this episode was filmed, Peter and Gwenda Dixon were shot dead on the coastal path.
In May of 1989, a man named John Cooper appeared on the British game show Bullseye, which combined darts and trivia. During the program, host Jim Bowen asked Cooper about his, quote, unusual hobby, and you can almost see Cooper's heart stop for a second.
You've got an unusual hobby, John, haven't you? Oh, yes, the scuba diving.
The scuba diving.
The
Well,
snorkeling.
apparently, it's the place to do it down there, isn't it?
That's because Cooper did have an unusual hobby, and it certainly wasn't scuba diving. By 1985, Cooper had committed a number of robberies and at least 2 murders. Years earlier, he had won £90,000 in a newspaper competition, and a friend claimed that the winnings had resulted in, quote, a huge drink and gambling habit. Cooper resorted to robbery once the money started disappearing, and on December 22nd, 1985, he murdered Richard and Helen Thomas while burgling their Scoveston Park farmhouse.
Police believed the robber had targeted the house knowing Helen Thomas was home alone, but had been disturbed by Richard arriving and panicked.
And on June 29, 1989, just 1 month after his appearance on the show, Cooper shot and killed Peter and Gwenda Dixon as they were vacationing in Pembrokeshire, robbing Dixon of £300. He committed even more robberies, sexual assaults, and possible murders before he was finally nailed for the double homicides in 2009, thanks to advancements in DNA testing. He was clinically diagnosed as a psychopath and sentenced to life in prison.
There was a profile which effectively was like a tracing of that artist's impression.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and...
Crazy, crazy. These motherfuckers crazy. They are, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely
like
insane.
they are sick. Like you gotta think how sick these people really are.
Not only, well, just this last one I'm just gonna speak on. Not only are you robbing people for stuff that they worked hard for, you think that it's okay to turn around and be like, oh shoot, well, gotta take you out. Like what? Are you? No, you can't be. Yeah, you're not okay.
Crazy, crazy. These motherfuckers crazy. That's what they are, bro.
Very
Sick.
much so.
Fucked up in the head, bro. All right, you robbing all because you came into some money, right? And then you had whatever spending habit you had, weird
Drinking,
spending
gambling,
habit.
whatever.
Oh yeah. And then you turned around and was like, all right, I'm broke now.
Blew through that. Gotta find a way so that these little fixes that you need with the gambling or the drinking or whatever, go get a job. Go get a job.
No, I'm not finna say like I was like or not spend. That's what I'm finna say. Not spend.
You should have been smarter with your money, but go get a job.
Yes,
people work hard for their stuff,
and then you go out here robbing people, and you killed the first 2, and I guess you had like a thrill or a sensation you got from it, and you knowing the fact that you got
like
away.
that was the easiest way. Yeah,
and you got away with it. So now you like, oh, I can do it again.
Yeah.
And low key, honestly, got away with it and decided to keep doing it.
Yep.
These motherfuckers crazy.
On notifications. Rodney Alcala.
Between takes, he might find him skydiving or motorcycling. Please welcome Rodney Alcala. Rod, welcome.
The 70s were a different time, one where a convicted sex offender could go on national TV using his real name. In 1971, Alcala was placed on the FBI's most wanted list, having evaded arrest for sexually assaulting Tali Shapiro. He had beaten Shapiro with a steel bar, and she remained in a coma for over a month. Alcala was quickly caught and spent several years in prison, after which he was paroled and appeared on the popular game show The Dating Game.
However, you did leave one.
Y'all literally let a sex offender, a convicted offender, come on a game show about dating. Do y'all not understand? Y'all literally put these women in harm's way, like literally hand them over to a. Yeah. But also, it was what 1970.
Why?
Background checks and shit like that didn't go down. I doubt.
Because that's what I was about to ask. That's what I was about to ask.
I doubt. Not like we got now.
But I will say, like in this case, you can still like check and see if these people are like in like have any type of like or in the system somehow. Some way. He was on the most.
How were
wanted.
they gonna check a system in 1971?
He was on the most wanted.
How was they gonna check a system?
But I'm not talking about like system like newspapers or something or.
So what's
like, don't they have like archives at the like something?
How would you access the
just
archives?
Keep me safe. Like if I'm going on a dating show,
it's
1970. I know.
What archives and what databases they have it.
But look, babe.
But them having access to it like that.
Look, well, maybe I just wouldn't go on a show like that. Period. Even now, even like I do get like back then, like it probably was more difficult. Not saying it wasn't doable, but it was more difficult to like check every little, every little thing. But even now, I don't even think I would, because people do drop the ball and not do their job properly and stuff like that. So I'll just be scared too.
Sure.
Remaining, and this is your date, and I want to tell you something about him.
He successfully wooed a woman named Cheryl Bradshaw, but she refused the date after finding him, quote, creepy. Her instincts were correct. Not only was Alcala a known sex offender, he was also a murderer.
I think at first I was afraid that I was going to get lonely being away from home, but my airline is amazing.
Can I take a picture?
By the time Alcala was apprehended in 1979, he had conclusively murdered 8 people, but possibly as many as 130. If that number is true, it would make him one of the most prolific serial killers in American history.
So I guess this means we're not really meeting up in Carmel anymore?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere with you.
Does this footage creep you out? Let us know in the comments below.
You can go relax, meet each other, say hello, get acquainted.
You know why that clip always freaked me out every time I seen that? It's because if she did not listen to her intuition, if she didn't listen to that gut feeling, if she didn't get like the creeps by him, she possibly could have become
chance of possibility
one of his victims. And that is scary. And then to find out who he is later and be like, wow, that literally could have been me. That is scary to even think about. But 130? I don't think I ever knew like the number.
So that would make him worse than Ted.
I don't think I ever knew like the number. I knew it was like, more than like 10 maybe, more than 8.
Well, it's only official 8.
I feel like every time I hear the story, I feel like I hear a different number. But I never heard 130 before. I've never heard that before, but that's crazy. That's insane.
Possibility. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go watch that.
Woman of the Hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about all these crazy people in the comments. Can you turn your vibration on?
Is that me?
Yes.
Oh. That was you.
Yeah, that was me. My bad. I
yeah, that was you.
Because typically it'd be you. But I forgot I did turn my lens back off. My bad.
Did you apologize to me?
Yes, I apologize. Okay. Y'all spam us up in the comments. Let us know y'all thoughts down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me.